Welcome to the Devs to the channel. Ivan Mesa. This is your favorite channel where you learn how to become a good web developer from nothing, from zero skills up to becoming a pro web developer. So today I'll be doing another video that is the Frontend Mentor challenge for the month of April 2023. It's called the Age Calculator app. So devs, if you are here, don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to like my videos. Remember devs, if you want also to grow your skills and become a pro web developer, I urge you to consider Zero to Master Academy. They are an online academy that will teach you from nothing to becoming a pro web developer and also get hired and get a job that you all dream about. Well, please, I've pasted the links inside the description below, so just follow the links. There are some free courses to watch, also there are some paid courses to watch. Remember, if you buy any course there, it comes with no extra cost to you. That's just I get a commission from every sale that I make. So here it is. So this is the outcome that we are likely to have. Let me give an example. Let's say 1 January 2000 is the demands of the, and then when you click here, you can see it shows you your age, a number of months, a number of days. But then there's something that I like about it is that you are able to view, you are able to experience some graphics there that happens behind the scenes. There you can see that is canvas. We are using canvas behind the scene to draw some background there. So without wasting your time, let's get on to the code. There it is. So first of all, I'm going to create, let me explain everything that I have. On line 8, I've got a link to the main.js file. This is the file. Then on line 9, on line 7, we've got a link to our style file. Then on line 9, this is where I got the canvas coding that I did there. So I'm just giving you the code for the canvas as it is, so that you don't have, but it's complicated to learn. But so for today, you can just you can find the code for the canvas inside my solution. Then let's come here inside our index HTML. Let me start off by creating a div which I shall call Ken. Then let me insert the canvas coding, and there it is. After styling, this is the canvas that we'll use for the graphics that I was using, like displaying those celebration. Then let's start off by creating a div which I shall call container. Then let me add another new sub div inside which I shall call form, which shall wrap up everything. Then below, I'm going to have a div which I shall call div form for all the inputs, form group. Now I'm going to add a label and an input. This is for the day and for the month. Then let me add a span which I shall call error, first class name. Then let me add another second class name which I shall call day error. After styling this one for the day error, now I'm going to create for the year. So I need everything that is inside this div, inside the form div. I'm going to duplicate it. Now let me paste it. Then also let me do it again. Now I'm just going to subtract the days for the day and year and month. So now I'm just going to remove, like on our month, we need this text. This is the text that is going to go there for the month. Then placeholder text. Then let's delete this one and replace it with month. Then also let's display name and let's replace it with month. Then let's come here and replace year. We are done with this one. Let's come here and replace year. So this one is month error. Then also here, so we need year. Then also here we need year. Then the placeholder text. Then also we are going to have year here. So that does it for this one. Let's remove unnecessary styling. So now let me continue coding. So now I'm going to go outside the div class form. Yes, there outside the div class form, I'm going to add a button. So here's the button. So below the button, we are going to insert the image. This is the image that will be clicked, and then let me add a span. So we are now going for the result. So outside the div for the span, let's come and create another div which we shall call result. So this is one that will display result. Let me use h1 tags. So now let me add a span which I shall need there. Then also, so we're gonna have to use these ones as our years. Okay, before I do that, let me copy this one because we are going to duplicate it so that it makes my coding easier. Now therefore so now we're gonna place our years first, then followed by months, then followed by days, so that does it for the div for the class result. So this does it. This before I go anyway, let me wrap up my everything inside a main. As you can see, there is a div for the can and also a closing div. Like if I minimize this one, you can see that there are two divs here. So I want to wrap up this div for main. So let me come and create main. So now just come and drag the div container inside the main like we did there. That's lovely. So now let's have a view of how our code looks like inside our browser. They can see we have linked everything to Convert.js. This is the JavaScript that use Canva to display all these beautiful graphics that you are seeing. But now we want to link up everything to our, like you can see the difference between. So you might be asking, where is the styling? Where is the styling for this div? So this is what we are going to do inside our style CSS. Okay, inside our style CSS, there you can see I've imported the font there, and I've also set some root variables. Then I've also set some default styling for everything: box sizing, margin 0, padding 0. Then for the body, we have imported the font family. We've sent the font style to 16 pixels. Then we've set the font weight to 400 pixels. Then line height to 1,5. Then color to black. Then background color to light gray. But then you also want to add, I want to send out the solution. So I want to send out the solution like I have commented out here. So you might be, we are using display flexi, and we are setting the flexi direction to column, then justify contents and align items to center. This will center the solution. Then after styling this one, we are now going to style our container. For the container, I'm going to give it flexi direction column, flexi direction width, then border background color white, padding rem, maximum width 1 rem. Then let's set a border radius of 1 rem. Then let's have a border bottom. let me look at the design, how it looks like now inside the solution. This is our solution. So okay, let me deactivate the canvas so that we would using simple. I want to deactivate the canvas simply by just removing JS. I think this will deactivate our canvas. I will remove our canvas styling JavaScript code. There you can see now we have the solution like this one. This is how we have started everything to the center. So now let me continue styling. Let me set the border, bottom right radius to 30%. This will cut off it by 30%. So if I come and reload my page, there you can see we styled it to 30%. Now I'm going to style the form. Okay, for the form, we're going to say display flexing. Then let's set the flexi direction to row. Then after styling to row, let me justify content to the center. Then let's say align items, flexi start. Then let's have a gap of 1 rem. Then margin to the bottom, I'm going to give it 1 rem. Now after styling this one, I'm now going to style this class name, form group. So this is the one that we want, form group. Let's style the letter spacing and the color. We set it to smoke gray and letter spacing 3 pixels. Let me come and see how the design now looks like inside the solution. Oh, there you can see it's taking shape. Now after styling the form group, we're now targeting the inner div of the form group, this input that we have got here. So let's come here and style dot form group dot, we are targeting the input. Okay, so for the input, I'm going to give it 80% padding, 0.8 rems. Then also margin bottom 0.5 rems. Then the border radius, we're giving it 0.3 rems. Then font family inherit font size 1.3 rems. Let's come and view solution. Oh, there you can see the inputs have now changed. So after styling this one, we are now going to target the span with a class name of error. There we've got the span with class name of error. So we're going to say the span. Let's target the class name error, and let's style this one using display inline blocks, color light red, and let's give it a font size of 7 rems, 0.7 rems. Then let's give it a font weight of 700. Let's come and okay, these errors are the ones that will be displayed when they are not visible by default. So they'll become visible once there is an error of input error. After styling this one, so nextly we're targeting this button, which has got the class btn. So let's style the button, and I'm going to give it a margin of 0 rem, 0 auto all over. The order we are going to set to none. Background color, let's give it purple. Then border radius, make it look circular, 50%. Font family inherit, that one that we declare. Let's have a cursor pointer. Let's have a margin of 0.8 top and bottom, 1 rem sideways, left and right. Then margin from the top, let's set to 1 rem, and let's set it transition to all is in out. Then after styling this one, we are now going to style the image that is inside. Let's give it a width of 2 rems. So now I'm going to style the button on hover. I want a background color of variable light red. Let me come and see how the solution now looks inside the browser. Or there you can see, on hover it goes light red. There you can see. Now we are going to style this div class result, which shall be displaying the result. So let's come inside and let's see if the result. This is the one that we're going to start. So I'm going to set it font weight 800, line height 1, font size 2 rems, and then padding 1 rem top and bottom, then 0 to the left side, margin top 1 rem. So this one is the one. Let's continue styling. Now we're targeting the result. Class name, we want to style this span. So we just add the span. Then let's have a color over the text of variable that declared purple color. Now after styling we are now going to style this class name confet. So I'm going to display it to block, margin auto, then border 1 pixel solid color with the color code of triple D, and then user select none. Let's come and have a view of how our solution now looks like. There you can see how everything is taking shape. Okay, you might be asking, where are these things coming from? Let's remove them. Let's remove these dashes that we're displaying inside our solution. Okay, now I'm going to style this can class, which was displaying, which has got the graphics inside using canvas. So I need to come inside to below. Let's style it. Let's give it some defaults. Display. Obviously, you are going to set it to display none, since it will only display after we've successfully inputted our date of death. So let's set it display none, then position absolute from the top 0, left 0, then width 100% to cover everything, the whole page 100%, everything to cover whole page. Then the overflow, in case there's an overflow, let's set it to display none so that it covers just, we see it visibility on the desktop. Now we're going for media queries. So for the media queries, I'm going to say it media, media screen, and maximum width of, for smartphones, for smaller phones, maximum width of 400 pixels. Let's set our card container. No, it's container class name, not card. Let's set our container class to maximum width 300 pixels. Then let's have a result class. This result class that is here, let's give it a font size of 1,3 rems. Then let's target the form input, the form group, this inputs, these three inputs that we have also on line 34 as well. Let's give them a width of 100% to cover the whole page and the font size of 0,8 rems. Then let's also style the span error. Like this, I wanted to space it. Yeah, let's cover the span error. Let's give it a font size of 0,5 rem, then margin top 0,2 rem, then width 100%. So this will beautify. Let's have a view of inside of our browser. Oh, there you can see, even if you go on mobile view, let's inspect it. Let's inspect our solution. There you can see we have adjusted using media queries. We have perfectly suited our solution even for smaller screens. So now let's go on. So the challenge that is now left onto us is that we now need the JavaScript, like in this case, which will display the display the canvas behind the screen, as well as to calculate the number of days using JavaScript. I will be using JavaScript for everything. So let's come inside our JavaScript file. Oh, it is. First of all, I've said that I've added the bonus feature of having those graphics using Canvas. So I'm now going to put in the correct URL linking to the JavaScript file. That's going to fit. Then I also have got on line 8 the main file to the JavaScript. So I'm first of all going to declare some variables. They are the values that I've declared a variable day error, month error using, and then year error, result year, month result, day result, submit button. Then all these are the values that I've created using. For some I've collected using the class names, and also I've used the ID names. Like as you can see from line 8 to line 9, we have declared using some IDs. So first of all, I'm now going to create a function that shall copy for the input days and months. So we're now going to have first the function for checking the month. So there it is, the function check date input. This is I've declared the function. Now the function then let the value input day. This is the input day that you have declared on line 8. This one. Then this one will collect the ID using, then it use if value is identical to day error input required. This will validate that there's no input that has been required, like if there's an inner HTML. Then if the values are within our outside range, we use if the values are less than 1, that is there's no date that is less than 1, and also greater than 31, the last day of the month. Display, this will display an inner HTML, will display false. Then else return the input that is valid as correct. So now for the month, you just need to use the same coding, but we just have to add it like check month input. Okay, this one we just have to come here and let's remove day to month. Month input. So now we just have to replace input day with input month. There it is. We just have to copy the input day. Let's replace the input day with input month. Then day error is our error should be month error. Then the inner HTML is required. Then obviously the range of months is not greater than 12. Then we will display an error if the input is out of range. The month inner input error inner HTML will display to return to false, else the month error is correct. So we're now going for the function for checking the year. So the function for checking the error, for checking the input on the year, this is the function. We will declare a new function. Remember, open and closing brackets soon after declaring the function. Then inside the coding, inside the open and closing brackets, that is where we are going to insert the coding. Like in this case, we are saying let value be the input year value that we have declared right at the top. Then the current year is displayed using the new date, which will collect the new date and get a full year. Console log will display the input. If the inputted value that we have declared on line 62 here, if the inputted value is going inside bracket, that is year error in case the inner HTML is empty. If the value is empty, the year inner HTML will declare as an error, input error, then will return false. If the value that we have declared there on line 62 is greater than the current year, which is of course will display an inner error, else the year error is returned as true. This will Now we're going to calculate your date of birth using JavaScript. Now for the function of calculating, I'm going to say calculate age inside brackets birthday. Now let's open some closing brackets. Let's start off by collecting the values. Let's set the variable birthday. Okay, let me set the variable birthday equals to new date, and the variable today equals to a new date. Now let me add some variables for the calculating. Let's say variable years is equals to today get full year minus birthday get full year, the date that is inputted. Then variable months is equals to today get the month of today minus the birthday for the getting month that has been inputted. Then today's date get value minus birthday get equals to the variable for the number of days that. Now if the birthday date month in it are after the current month and date, subtract 1 year from the age. This is a future date. If we are talking about into the future, I'm going to add a case of errors or numbers that are outside within range. Let's say if the number of months is less than 0 and the number of months is identical to 0 and the number of days is less than 0 as well, then we are going to say year decrement. If the number of years is identical to 0 and the number of months is less than 0, if else months is equal to 12 plus months, then days is equal to 30 plus days. Then the year result is equal to years. Then the month result dot inner HTML equals to months. So then day result, we want day result dot inner HTML is equals to days. So this does it for our JavaScript to calculate the number of years. Let's come and look inside our solution. So this is our final solution that we're doing. This is our final solution that we're doing. Let me come inside and let's test. Okay, let's test 2000. And okay, I can see that my solution is not responding. We need to add a pattern event listener so that on click it will display everything that is here. Let's come in. Now I need to add a pattern event listener. Let's add the code for this. So this is the event listener. On click it will perform the function. So let me come inside and let's check. Okay, on line 49 I need to remove this one and I need to call it a month. Then let's come inside our index file. Okay, this one is not called year result. This one will be for month result. Then this one will be for day result. So like this, let's come inside our coding and let's take a look at. Okay, yes, let's check. Let me say 1 January 2000 here, 2000, and let's. Oh, there it is. There is our code. So this completes our challenge for how to make a age calculator on Frontend Mentor. Thank you for watching and don't forget to subscribe and like my videos. Thank you.